So our next guest is a veterinarian who's helping his community and its pets. Hundreds of thousands of people experience homelessness in the U.S. each year, and it's believed that up to 25% of them have a pet. But what happens when those pets get sick? Well, that's where the street vet steps in. Before we chat with him, here is his story.
Kwane Stewart fell in love with animals when he was a kid.
I just always felt like I had a connection. It felt like a safe space for me. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna be a vet one day.
He did become a vet, but working at a shelter made him consider quitting in 2011.
It was a very difficult time. It was during the recession. We were euthanizing. We had a high euthanasia rate. I thought about walking away from the veterinary profession altogether. And as I was sitting there thinking in my car, in fact, I was rehearsing my resignation letter. I walked into 7-Eleven, came out with coffee, saw to my left, right outside the store, an unhoused man and his dog was suffering from some kind of skin condition. I said, if you're here tomorrow, I'll return with something that I think will work. And I did. Next day, it was a basic flea treatment. It was $3. And then I saw the same guy, same dog, about 12 days later, week and a half, and the dog was transformed already. It was a different dog. It had life, and she was wagging her tail. And I thought in that moment, I'm going to find more people like you, and I'm not going to quit what I'm doing. I have these skills for a reason, and I'm going to put them to use.
Wow. Unbelievable. Since then, Dr. Kwane started a nonprofit called Project Street Vet, and he's helped nearly 2,000 pets owned by unhoused people. So to tell us more about his amazing work, please welcome Dr. Kwane Stewart.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hey, Dr. Kwane, that smile, that story, you're winning everyone
Hearts.
over.
Yeah.
Hearts across America. Dr. Kwane, let's go back to the man that helped you at that 7-Eleven. How did he respond to your help, and how did that moment change you as a person?
You know, the story ends, and I never, unfortunately, saw that man again after that one day. But sitting in that same spot, he looked up at me with tears in his eyes. He was very emotional, and he just said, "Thank you for not ignoring me." And then I got emotional, and as I said there in the story, I decided I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to find more people like you. I have this education experience. I'm going to put it to use, and I'm going to find the most vulnerable. And that was the moment.
It's easy to put that barrier up, isn't it? It's not until you have that real human moment they talk back and you're like, oh, this is just a person
Right.
that's in the worst phase of their life, and I can help them out, where you realize the impact you can have. And speaking of your impact, you've helped a lot of pets since the beginning of your journey. Where do you find these pets, and also what are the most common ailments that they have?
I walk and I walk and I walk. I
Wow.
usually hit the most impoverished areas of our larger cities here in California. That's San Diego, LA, Skid Row. I've been up north to the Bay Area, and I just search out folks who are living on the streets with pets, and I deliver free medical care. And as far as the ailments, it's really no different than you would see in a clinic, in a hospital. You taking your own dog to me. People are under this assumption that a lot of times I'm seeing some rare conditions or unusual diseases because they live on the streets. It's not. In California, it's skin and ears. I see a lot of skin infections, ear infections due to fleas, ticks, allergies. And in my bag, in that little backpack you see over my shoulder, I can treat about 80% of the cases I see out of that tiny bag. It's just packed with some goodies like anti-inflammatories, antibiotics, allergy shots, flea and tick, and I get to work.
Wow. I follow you on Instagram. I am a huge fan. You also, congrats on the CNN's 2023 Hero of the Year award that you then split with the other 9 nominees.
Incredible.
Surprising, amazing person. But you're not only helping pets, you're helping pet parents. And one woman even said your help saved her life. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that was a touching moment. She shared with me that she had a dark night, and emotionally, psychologically, and she thought about taking her life. And she looked over at her dog sitting under her tarp, and she said, if I do that, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to feed you tomorrow morning? And when I came across them, the dog was ill and needed to go in hospital for some care, for some major care. And when we reunited them, she had that smile on her face, and she said, "This is why I'm still living. If I didn't have, I don't know where I'd be. So thank you."
Wow, I get it. I get it. Listen, I'm a mom of 2 kids. I'm also, my fur babies mean the world to me. So I 1000% understand it. Some people, though, they will say, I've heard some people say that unhoused people should not have a pet. What would you say to the people that don't think that they should own a pet?
You know, it's a fair question. As a veterinarian who started doing this work about 12, 13 years ago, I asked myself the same question. But the judgment, I would say now, and this is after many lessons learned, is misplaced. And you're casting judgment on somebody in a situation you don't fully understand. And we've all been misjudged before, so just put yourself in a moment where someone has looked at you and cast judgment. And I will say this about these pet parents on the streets. Again, having done this work for 26 years now, they're some of the most remarkable pet parents.
Yep.
They make sacrifices well beyond what I could say I've made or may make. They will pass up on a warm shower and a bed if it means their pet cannot come with them. And that loyalty, that bond, that relationship, it's just on a different level. And they just lack the resources for medical care in most cases, and that's where we step in.
Well said.
What an angel.
I know.
What a hero.
Dr. Kwane, thank you so much for joining us on DBL today and for all your service to our viewers. To support Project Street Vet, visit their website at projectstreetvet.org. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you again.
See you guys. Thank you.